Manny Acta has taken a long look at the Indians' tough home start, and one culprit stands out: the offense, scoring just over 3 runs a game at home, and they're 2-6 at Progressive Field to start the year. But as they say, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and the Indians are still tied for first in the AL Central. Tonight they battle the Angels on Channel 3. From Progressive Field in downtown Cleveland, Ohio, on a cool, chilly night, it's the Indians and the Angels for the first time this year as the Tribe opens up a weekend series against the Halos. Hi again, everyone. Matt Underwood alongside Rick Manning. Rick, Jack Hanahan, Manny Acta, they say it's just merely a coincidence that the Indians have not swung the bats well at home versus what they've done on the road. Is there anything more to it than that?
I don't think so. I mean, the weather hasn't been all that great here when we've been in Cleveland, but when you look at the numbers, you can see they're hitting 150 with runners in scoring position here at home. On the road, they're hitting over 300. That's the big difference. Getting a key hit here or there, a lot of times it's confidence. They haven't had the confidence here at home. They certainly had it on the road.
Indians are 9-8. The Angels come in just 6-13. Let's take a look at our Nissan Road Ahead pitching matchup. It's Justin Masterson for the Tribe and Jared Weaver for the Angels.
Well, you're going up against a tough customer in Jared Weaver. He loved to pitch against the Indians, loved to pitch in this ballpark. As a matter of fact, when you look at him before May, he's 12-0 since 2010, 3-0 this season. So he only has 2 walks, over 20 strikeouts. He's very, very good.
Don't forget to get to a Nissan dealer for great deals on innovation you can count on.
Now, looking at Justin Masterson, on the other hand, he has really struggled in this last few starts. He's not throwing enough strikes, or at least quality strikes. Matter of fact, in his last 13 2/3 innings, 33 base runners, and he's up in the strike zone. He's got to find his zone with these struggling Angels hitters. Don't give him a break. Go ahead, get ahead of them, and pound the strike zone.
Well, the good news for Justin Masterson, he's had good success against the Angels.
Yes,
he's made 5 starts against them, and he has the lowest career ERA of any pitcher with at least 5 starts against the Angels. So hopefully that bodes well for the Tribe here tonight. We're back with all the play-by-play action coming up next. We welcome you into Progressive Field for tonight's game between the Indians and the Angels. 48 degrees as we approach game time. Clear skies. No wind really to speak of. Justin Masterson making his warm-up tosses. Let's take a look at Mike Scioscia's starting 9 for the Angels, brought to you by Kia. Maicer Torres in the leadoff spot, followed by Alberto Calespo. Albert Pujols hitting third. Then Kendry Morales, Torrey Hunter, and Mark Trumbo in the middle, followed by Vernon Wells, Eric Ibar, and Chris Iannetta.
Justin Masterson, the starting pitcher for the Indians tonight, brought to you by MLB.com at Bat12 for your iPhone, iPad, Android, and Windows Mobile. Follow the Indians everywhere with live audio, news, stats, and video highlights. Justin Masterson making his 5th start this year. What a difference a year makes. Last year, in his first 5 starts, he was 5-0 and a 218 earned run average. This year, he's looking for his first win, and hopefully he gets it because against the Angels, he has had success in the past. Time to take a look at the Indians' defense, brought to you by Pat O'Brien Chevrolet, saluting the men and women defending our country and watching on the Armed Forces Network. Duncan, Brantley, and Cunningham in the outfield. It's Hanahan, Cabrera, Kipnis, and Kochman on the infield with Santana behind the plate.
Jim Wolf will call the balls and strikes. Field and Culberth at first. Adrian Johnson at second. The crew chief, Gary Cedarstrom, is at third. Yeah, Mike Scioscia, longtime skipper of the Angels, the longest tenured manager in the big leagues in his 13th season. The only active manager over 1,000 wins with a single club. Justin Masterson fires on a ground ball to second. Routine play for Jason Kipnis, and we've quickly got one out. That's going to bring up Alberto Callaspo. Callaspo comes in hitting .205. Well, last year against the Indians, in 20 games played, no, that's got to be his career numbers. In 20 games in his career, Callaspo has hit .316 against the Indians with 15 driven in. They didn't play 20 times last year.
Well, if they did, then we're in the Western Division.
We're in the wrong division. Callaspo, the one-time Royal.
Yeah, that's where. Ooh,
got the umpire right on the toe.
Santana saying, "I'm sorry I didn't get leather on that. I hope it didn't hurt."
He's got the Herman Munster shoes on. He's
yes,
good.
He does. 2-8 in the middle of that chest protector, too.
And that's Jim Wolf. Pitch outside, 2-1.
Tell you one thing I noticed already, and it's just 5 pitches into the game. Masterson is working a lot quicker than he did in his last few starts. That rhythm and tempo. Oh, you know what? I wonder if Derek Lowe has anything to do with that because he's about as quick as you get.
Well, I'm sure Scott Radinsky, the Indians pitching coach, talked to Masterson about that. Don't be quite as deliberate. Get the ball. Get yourself ready to go.
Well, he's been much quicker.
The 2-2. Right back to Masterson. He knocks it down. He can recover. Plenty of time. 2 away. Well, he's got the ground ball working early here tonight.
Well, here's one he just knocked down. If it gets by him, it's a base hit. But as big as Masterson is on the mound, he got some leather on it, smothers it, and just a quick flip for out number 2.
That'll bring up Albert Pujols. The only man in the history of this game to hit 30 or more homers in each of his first 11 years in the major leagues. When you think about everyone who has played this game and all of the greats and the great home run hitters, that is quite an impressive stat. Because it speaks to the level of consistency with which he performs year in and year out.
There's no doubt about it.
And I know a lot of people have made a ton of noise about the fact that he hasn't hit a home run this year. But when it's all said and done, he's going to be right there at the top of the list.
Yes, he will.
Because we've seen him in St. Louis go into streaks where he might hit 8 home runs in the span of a couple of weeks, if not fewer than that. Swung on and missed. It's 2-2.
Well, people think that it's automatic. This guy has been that good for so long, but he's been in one spot. He was in St. Louis. It was, he was at home where he started. Now that he moved, he signed a big deal and changes around.
Line to left. Duncan coming hard. He'll have to play it on a hop. You got to play deep when Pujols is at the plate. And so that drops in front for a 2-out single. He snapped an 0 for 21 streak yesterday with a base hit in the 6th inning. It was the longest slump of his big league career.
See, there's a pitch that Masterson didn't want upstairs. And you see the top spin on it, falls in front of Duncan. So he is going to get a single in his first at-bat here.
Going to bring up Kendry Morales, the Angels DH. And that gets by Santana, and it allows Pujols to easily get down to second base.
His third wild pitch of the year, and this is what we'll look for, too. Masterson coming out of the stretch. This one not even close. You could see the spin on that ball. He has Santana diving. He must have missed his target by 3 feet.
Down and in, 2-0. Morales, the Cuban-born product, his only full season in the big leagues was in 2009. He missed all of last year. He had just a mess. A couple of surgeries and a left ankle problem.
Yeah, hurt that ankle on a walk-off grand slam.
Checked, it was low. 3 balls, no strikes. And he walks him on 4 straight. Get the right-handed hitting Torrey Hunter coming up now. That is maybe a more favorable matchup for Masterson to go at the right-handed hitting Hunter.
You know, this year already his 13th walk in 22 1/3 innings. I mean, and that's the one thing. Now, granted, like you say, he may have been pitching around him a little bit, Morales. But he wasn't even close.
Goes right at him with a first pitch strike. Torrey Hunter in his 14th year. Of course, a long-time Minnesota Twin. We saw him for many years. Big collection of his 9 gold gloves came when he patrolled center field for Minnesota. That is dying in a hurry, and it is going to be in for a base hit. Pujols will score. Hunter trying to go to second, and he is out from me to you. So that'll end the inning. But the Angels take the early lead on the 2-out bloop single by Hunter. Indians coming to bat. Play of the top half of the first inning. Hunter bloops the base hit to right. Pujols scoring easily, and Hunter maybe just thought he could get to second base, but Cunningham able to throw him out.
Well, you know, these guys are having a tough time scoring. They're trying to be a little more aggressive on the bases. Pujols got thrown out, stretching a single, into a double yesterday. Just the way it's going.
Indians starting lineup brought to you by Progressive Insurance, proud to be the official auto insurance provider of the Cleveland Indians. Brantley, Kipnis, Cabrera at the top. Hafner, Santana, Hanahan occupy the middle. Then it's Duncan, Kochman, and Cunningham.
Jared Weaver, the starter for the Angels, 3-0 this year and off to another very good start. 2.43 ERA.
And he misses up high, ball 1 to Brantley.
He's pitched very well in this ballpark. He's pitches very well before the month of May starts. He has since 2010, 12-0 and 15 starts. This guy just gives you different angles. He's tough to pick up. He's got an excellent changeup. He can combat the left-handers with that changeup. A good breaking ball to go with a fastball as well. Crossfire.
Brantley right back up the middle, and that's through for a base hit. And that's a rarity right there, folks, because so far this year, the first time through the lineup, opposing hitters are just 3 for 35 against Jared Weaver.
Well, this one was a fastball, and Brantley just stayed right on it, went right back up the middle. Pretty good approach, almost knocked him off the mound. He's not big enough. He's too skinny. But the Indians will have their leadoff man aboard, see if they can respond.
Jason Kipnis looks at a ball outside. Kipnis, last 5 games, he's gone 8 for 17 with 4 runs scored, 3 driven in. It's a weak tapper to second. And that is a double play.
All right, let's take a look at the numbers now for Jared Weaver. He's making his 5th start. 28 strikeouts, just 2 walks for Weaver on the year, giving up 21 hits in 29 2/3 innings.
Cabrera drives one toward left center field. That's in the gap. It'll go to the wall. And Asdrubal Cabrera goes into second base with a 2-out double. So the Indians already with 2 hits in their first 3 at-bats off Jared Weaver. And as I mentioned, he had really been cruising through the opposing lineups first time through in his first 3 starts.
That again looked like another fastball, and Cabrera plugs the gap in the left center field. Wells couldn't get there, so it'll be a 2-out base hit. Now, and you see Iannetta goes out and talks briefly with Weaver, maybe because Hafner coming to the plate with first base open and 2 outs. You have Santana on deck. This is the first time that Cabrera's hit third in the lineup this year.
Well, the Indians looking for that clutch hit. That clutch hit that was so valuable to them on the road trip in which they went 7-2 has eluded them here at home. Hafner taking a called strike.
Well, he's starting off changeups now, and he has a very good one. That's what it takes. You hit a couple of fastballs, and all of a sudden he'll change that pattern.
Hafner looks, it's outside and low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Cabrera's at second with 2 down here in the first. And a foul tip. That tantalizing off-speed pitch floating in there at just 72 miles an hour.
Yeah, that one looked like the curveball. You know, there's times where this guy really used to get it up there in the mid-90s, but now excellent changeup, and he can mix in that curveball, and then when you're looking for that stuff, he can throw that fastball by, and he's throwing about 91.
Up high with the, looked like a fastball, 2-2, only registering 88, but as Rick said, he tops out now low 90s.
Right.
But like Felix Hernandez in Seattle,
92.
When you locate and have a good off-speed secondary stuff like he does, you don't need to
and then when you have to reach back and get to that 92, 93, these guys can do it. The good starters, and believe me, he's one of them.
Runner at second with 2 down, and the 2-2 to Hafner is inside a full count.
That's just a show pitch. So he started him off changeup. Right there on the 2-2 pitch, he shows him inside with a good fastball. I'm looking for another changeup to come here 3-2 with first base open.
Indians 1 for 15 on the homestand with a runner in scoring position and 2 out. Hafner trying to change that in the first inning here tonight. Weaver's payoff pitch is outside, ball 4.
Away. Let's take a look at the Angels Home Depot defense behind Weaver this evening. It stacks up this way. Trumbo in left, Wells in center, Hunter is in right. Cayespo at third, Ibar at short, Esteuris at second, Pujols is at first, Iannetta behind the plate. More savings, more doing. That's the power of Home Depot.
Once again, a meeting on the mound between Iannetta and Jared Weaver. With Carlos Santana coming to the plate. Now, from this side of the plate, Santana has struggled, hitting just 167, but all 3 of his home runs have come from this side of the dish.
Well, I like the approach Brantley and Cabrera have come at Weaver with. Up the middle, other way. Big part of the field may keep them left-handers on the changeup like that.
Takes it for a called strike. Outfield pretty much straight up for Santana.
And deep.
2 on with 2 out. Missed down low with the fastball, and that evens the count at 1-1. Seven balls, 7 strikes so far for Weaver. Santana rockets it foul down the right side into the seats.
Out in front of that one, which was the off-speed pitch. And that's what happens. You're looking for that fastball. He gives you that change. That's exactly what you're going to do to it.
Tribe down early 1-0. Weaver's 1-2, and it bounced in front of the plate. Good block by Iannetta. And the former Rockies backstop able to keep the runners from advancing. Count even now at 2-2 for Carlos. Missed inside and a full count. So the runners will get a head start on this 3-2 pitch coming up.
Pretty much the same way he came at Hafner. 2-2, heater inside to knock him back off the plate. For Hafner, he went 3-2 fastball away and missed, although first base was open. This time, no open base. Guys will be off and running. Let's see what he does to Santana.
I'm guessing changeup if I'm Carlos.
I would think so, too, but it's tough to sit on as a hitter. There it was.
Ball 4, and the bases are loaded. 2 first-inning walks by Weaver. Or, excuse me, that walk loads him up. Back-to-back free passes. Let's go down and check in with Katie Witham.
Well, Matt, I had a chance to speak with Bruce Fields earlier today about their offensive approach going up against ace Jared Weaver, and he said, the biggest thing with Weaver is you have to force him to stay on the plate. Today they're going with the approach less is more. Don't get big with their swings. And honestly, he said, I want to see a lot of singles. I want to see everyone on this team go up the middle and get a single, guys.
Mike Butcher, the pitching coach, out to talk to Jared Weaver.
He's got to be happy to this point because Brantley went right up the middle. Cabrera goes to left center field, and you have the 2 walks and the patience of those guys. So their approach so far in this inning has paid off.
And now you've got your best clutch hitter in a clutch situation right out of the gate. Bases loaded, 2 out, and Jack Hanahan to the plate. Jack 7 for 14 with runners in scoring position so far on the year, trying to stop an 0 for 8 slump. Swung on and missed at that first pitch changeup, and he's a guy that does use the middle of the field.
Well, he has to this point. He thought he was getting a first pitch fastball here, and he gets after it. And he's a little bit out in front. It was an excellent location.
th pitch of the inning, and Weaver misses down low with his fastball. He's not been able to really command his heater here at the outset.
Boy, get him before he does, because this is a case in point where that starter still trying to get a feel for all of his pitches. Don't let him settle in. Get him while you can.
The 1-1 took an off-speed pitch for a strike. That breaking ball of his, very slow. Now the 1-2. Up high with the heater. And the count back to even again at 2-2. You almost have to look off speed. I know what you're saying. It's hard to do that, but
it is.
He's not throwing his fastball
right now,
for strikes.
He's just showing his fastball. He's not proving he can throw it for strikes. So he's throwing that changeup and the breaking ball over for strikes a lot more.
That fastball rung him up on the inside corner. So the Indians load him up, but Weaver gets out of trouble. 1-0 Angels after 1. Coffee brewed to perfection in vanilla, hazelnut, or caramel. McDonald's, I'm loving it. By AT&T, the nation's largest 4G network. AT&T, rethink possible. And by your Northern Ohio Toyota dealers. Second inning here at Progressive Field. It will be Mark Trumbo, Vernon Wells, and Eric Ibar for the Angels. They got a bloop 2-out RBI hit from Torrey Hunter to grab the early lead. Mark Trumbo off to a good start, swinging the bat, hitting at a .342 average. And Masterson straightens him up with a fastball.
Both pitchers pretty much the same way in the first inning. Had to really struggle to get their third out of the inning. Masterson got his first 2 outs in 7 pitches. Weaver did it in 5. But then it took Masterson 11 to get that third out. Thank goodness to the throw at second base to get Hunter. And it took 18 pitches for Weaver.
2 balls and a strike to count. Trumbo, 3 homers, 8 driven in, couple of doubles.
Yeah, this guy is what a great rookie year. He has got great power. And, you know, he doesn't have one zone. I've seen him hit balls off. I saw him last year against us get 3 infield singles in one game.
Yeah,
and he can hit a ball 440 feet the next.
Yeah. Got him to chase, and he strikes him out, one away. Injury report brought to you by Elk & Elk. Serious lawyers for serious injuries. Call 1-800-ELK, Ohio. Shin-Soo Choo listed as day-to-day with that left hamstring injury. Manny Acta is hoping that Choo will be available to play tomorrow, if not Sunday. And this was Choo before the ball game today, doing some running in the outfield.
Boy, you certainly hope he'll be ready to play, if not tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be the forecast doesn't look good. So I don't know if they'd play him on a wet field, so maybe Sunday. But, I mean, when you look at that bench, he's not playing, and you can't use him. It's very light. And you're playing light with the roster, and you can't do that against a team like the Angels.
Vernon Wells right back to Masterson. Justin knocks it down and throws him out, 2 away.
Second time Callaspo did the same thing, right back up the middle. He had to knock it down and gives the underhand flip to first base. Let's see, did he get the glove on it? Yeah, he knocked it down.
Might have deflected into his chest, but he's fine.
We're going to have to tape a glove on his chest, one on his left arm, and all over the place. Give him a couple more gloves.
No, he's like a lot of sinker ballers.
Yeah.
He's learned to field his position very well.
Yeah. As big as he is, a lot of guys fall off the mound, and it's tough. But one of the better sinker ballers that I can remember that we had, Jake Westbrook, is an excellent fielding pitcher.
Not many better. Ibar over the head of Masterson, but Cabrera on the move, throws him out, and a quick 1-2-3 second inning for the Indians right-hander. All right, back here at Progressive Field, 1-0 Angels on top, bottom of the second inning. Bottom third of the Indians' order coming up here. It'll be Shelley Duncan, Casey Kochman, and Aaron Cunningham.
Wow, we need a hat like that. That's what we need.
48 degrees, our game time temperature. It's just very crisp. Shelley Duncan looks at a first pitch strike, trying to break loose of his funk lately. 0 for his last 8.
Well, in that Kansas City series, Matt, he was caught in between. He was guessing wrong every time he tried. Looking for the breaking ball, he'd get a fastball. Looking for the fastball, just didn't work out for him. He's got to get back to the point. And he was expanding his own strike zone, swinging the pitches out. So he's got to get back into reeling it in. But he took the first 2 strikes.
And so often that is the case for hitters. Doesn't matter if you're a young guy or if you're a veteran, you get into a slump and it seems like you step
0-2.
from the on-deck circle and it's 0-2.
Yeah, that's the truth. That is so true.
Casey Kochman waiting on deck, another guy who's in a slump. Shelley sends one sky high into the upper deck. Count remains a ball and 2 strikes.
Well, when you hit one that far over and it's 87, you better turn it down a little bit, a couple notches down, because he's going to throw you softer more than he is harder. There it is, 78.
And I think he cracked his bat. He'll need a new.
He started his swing, tried to stop it. The only thing he'll do now when you have him down in the count, he'll show you the fastball. I don't think he'll show it to you for a strike. He did at strike 1. But from this point on, he's just going to look at that. That was an off-speed pitch. That was a changeup, and it gets him.
He's out in front again, but getting closer. He's pulling it closer towards fair territory. Now he's checking that bat and make sure he didn't crack that one. But he's feeling it in his hands. You can see him blowing on that hand. And it's up high, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Jared Weaver has been tough on the Tribe here in Cleveland. In his last 3 starts against the Tribe here at Progressive Field, he's allowed 1 earned run in now 24 innings of work. Just a little bit outside, so a good at bat for Duncan from 0-2 to 3-2.
So far, if you can get him to work that pitch count up too, that's going to benefit you later on in the ball game, and hopefully you can get him out maybe after 6. That was a great pitch, tough one to lay off, but he was able to do it.
And the payoff pitch fouled back. He had one he'd love to have again. Boy,
and his last 4 hitters, they've had 3 full counts. So even sometimes when you don't get a base hit at times, it could be a quality at bat, let's say, even if you don't reach. But at least the more pitches you see that first time around, you have a pretty good idea what he's going to do.
Came back with a breaking ball. He went fastball on the first 3-2 pitch. That time he came with the curveball, and he's got back-to-back strikeouts. And our league leaders brought to you by your Cleveland Akron area Lexus dealers.
Well, Hernandez only had 12 against us. We haven't seen Verlander yet or CC. Tonight would be the first start, and Weaver now has 30. Put 2 more on.
Now here's Casey Kochman. He's trying to snap an 0-for-22 spell. The former Angel takes a strike. Sends a high fly ball, left center. Vernon Wells makes the grab, 2 away. Take a look at our great clip of the game. Yesterday, Aaron Cunningham doing a pretty good job. 2 for 6 with runners in scoring position so far this year. Great clips. It's going to be great.
You know, it was a sacrifice fly. Other than that, he was the only one you drove in a run with a base hit.
Bats here with the bases empty and 2 down. And pops this back out of play. Again, right back over the screen. It's 0-2. Now the 2-strike pitch. Ran it up high. Two balls and 2 strikes. And this will be his 40th pitch so far here tonight. And he strikes him out. So 3 Ks for Weaver. Indians go 1, 2, 3. We go to the third, 1-0 Angels. One to look forward to Miller time later in tonight's game, brought to you by Miller Lite. Angels with a 1-0 lead, 3rd inning. And their number 9 hitter, Chris Iannetta, will lead things off. Masterson giving up a 2-out RBI bloop single to Torrey Hunter in the first, accounting for the game's only run. He ran through him 1, 2, 3 in the second. Stop me if you've heard this one before. Last year, Chris Iannetta with the Colorado Rockies hit .301 at Coors Field and 172 on the road.
Well, I'm not going to stop you because we haven't played Colorado in a long time.
Hanahan with the chopper, grab and throw to get him. Terrific play by Jack Hanahan with not a moment to spare.
Yeah, that had some hang time, and thank goodness a catcher was running, and Hanahan didn't panic. He comes in, and I mean, he had to take about 10 or 12 steps to get in here. You see, Iannetta realized it goes off the plate, so he takes off. In comes Hanahan, gets rid of it quickly, still gets him by a step. Nice play.
Top of the order, Maicer Izturis. Showed bunt, took a strike with Hanahan charging in at third. Izturis had the Angels' best road batting average a year ago. He hit .319 away from Angel Stadium. And he's down on the count now, 0-2.
Well, normally Ibar, their leadoff hitter, at least he was all spring long, and he's just been struggling like a lot of the other hitters in that Angels lineup. And Mike Scioscia just trying to do something, trying to find something that'll work.
Jason Kipnis will throw out Izturis, 2 down. And we'll check in once again with Katie Witham.
Well, Matt, the first fireworks show of the year is coming up Friday, May 4th. We're going to have 14 different opportunities for you to check out the fireworks, including 2 award-winning Rockin' Blast. You can get your tickets online now at Indians.com.
Always a great night for the families down here at Progressive Field.
I can see why they wait till beginning of May also. It'd be a long night sitting out here waiting for the fireworks.
Now the 1-0. Swung on and missed by Callaspo. He hit a tapper back to the mound his first time up. And he does it again. Masterson will lob it to first. And again, he sets the Angels down 1-2-3. One nothing Angels, bottom of the third for the Indians, top of the order to face Jared Weaver. And Michael Brantley looks at ball one. Brantley with a base hit right up the middle his first time up.
Yeah, 2 for 7 against Weaver that first time through, and of course Hafner and Santana walked. They ended up making him throw a lot of pitches.
Brantley with a fly ball right center, dropping, and it's in the hole. Right between Wells and Hunter. They were kind of both looking at each other, and now they're going to chat out there in right center field.
Well, it
might have just been perfectly placed,
well,
though.
It was perfectly placed, but Wells looked like he was very deep originally. As a center fielder, usually they have Peter Borges out there. See where he's playing Michael Brantley, and he gets a good jump, but that ball just never gets there. Both guys running as far as they can. It was perfectly placed. Maybe Michael's going to start getting a few breaks here.
So not Jason Kipnis, who banged into the double play in the first inning. Man, he looks at a fastball on the outside corner. Up high. Kipnis did face Weaver one time last year and went 1 for 3. That's down low, 2-1. Brantley at first has 2 steals on the year, held there by Pujols. Draws a throw, and he's back with a head first time.
Now they figure a 2-1 situation, a good running count, where you can start the runner if you want. And if the hitter likes the pitch, go ahead and swing, not necessarily a hit and run. You mentioned Brantley's 2 stolen bases. He has been caught 1 time.
And he bluffed a move towards second, and Kipnis fouling it back. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
They've been pretty good this year as far as percentage-wise. They've stolen 14, only been caught 5 times.
Kipnis leads the team with 4 steals. And Weaver misses high, another full count.
Well, you'll start him now with the full count. You figure Kipnis is at least going to put it in play. And Brantley, then when you can run, you start him early, and hope there's a hole out there you can go first to third.
Brantley takes off, and it's fouled back by Kipnis. Rick, the cold weather ever bother you as a base stealer trying to steal bases, whether it was cold as opposed to June, July, August?
Well, yeah. I mean, it doesn't really affect you. The pitchers move and things like that more so. But on a 3-2, you're not really taking off trying to steal a base as you are letting him go home. In this situation, you're just running. This isn't a stolen base attempt, so you don't have to concentrate on getting your maximum lead, your maximum jump. You just got to make sure that guy goes to home plate and trust that guy's going to put it in play.
Well, Michael's had a couple of good wind sprint bursts down the second.
Yeah.
Kipnis really just missed that last pitch, fouled it straight back.
Normally if you're on base, you should be warm because you're moving around, the blood's flowing.
50th pitch of the game for Weaver. Again, Brantley goes. Kipnis strikes out, throw down, and they got him.
Yes, they did. That tag, it was a great throw by Iannetta. It looked like the tag was on the shoulder before the foot got in. Very good throw. And that's what you don't bank on. You don't bank on Kipnis swinging through that pitch. And even though he did, it was a very close play at second base, so you get to strike him out, throw him out here. So actually, that's pretty much the second time that Kipnis has gone into a double play in one way, and you can see the tag by Ibar.
So 2 down for Asdrubal Cabrera. He doubled with 2 outs in the first inning. And Asdrubal has now hit in 8 straight games, 13 for 33 during his streak. Takes that downstairs. Out of play left side. Will ball and 2 strikes.
Shows you how tough Weaver is, and we have a lot of left-handers in there tonight. Coming into today's game, left-handers hitting just 164 off him, and 18 of his 28 strikeouts were against left-handers.
And Asdrubal with a solid base hit to right field. So he is 2 for 2.
Second straight time, a 2-out base knock for Asdrubal.
Right after a double play both times.
Yeah.
Our stat of the game brought to you by your Northern Ohio GMC dealers. Indians homered in each of their first 9, haven't homered in their last 8, and that's their longest drought since 1991.
Well, that's the one thing that happened on the road trip where they were getting a lot of walks. It's not like they were getting a lot of hits, but when you had the base runners and they hit a couple of home runs, that's how they had the crooked numbers. But when you're not hitting the home runs and they haven't hit them here, that's why the run count is down as well.
Travis Hafner looks at a ball he walked his first time up. Hafner off to a terrific start this year, and he is batting .371 against right-handed pitching.
Yeah, he's staying on the baseball and really using left center field very well.
A little bit outside, 2-0. With Hafner up, the Angels outfield again deep. That's way outside, 3-0. Well, with 2 outs in the first inning after the Cabrera hit, Weaver walked Hafner and then walked Santana to load the bases.
Yeah, the difference in that one was Cabrera was on second base. Now he will be on second. He will force him to second.
2 on, 2 out for Carlos Santana before he steps in while they chat on the mound. We'll take a look at our trivia question tonight. It's brought to you by AT&T. 3 active players hit 350 or more home runs in their first 11 seasons. Well, I think you already know one of them. Who are the other 2?
I think I know another one. In their first 11 seasons, I may know.
That's who I was thinking of right away. Out of play by Santana down the left side. Two on, 2 out. 0-1 pitch to Carlos Santana. Caught the inside corner.
I'll tell you one thing, though, the Indians are making Weaver do. When you look at him this year, he's averaged just about 14 and a half pitches per inning.
Ooh, way over that tonight.
Well, he's averaged about 20 tonight.
Yeah.
Going into the third inning, this will be pitch number 6, or he has 60. Let's put it that way. So they've at least made him work.
Carlos able to hold up, and it's 1-2. Cabrera at second with Hafner at first. And now Weaver steps away. Santana steps out. Bounced it in front of the plate. If I remember right, he did that to him in his first at bat.
And Iannetta did the exact same thing.
Yeah.
He stayed right there. He didn't move. He let that ball bounce right off his chest protector, and it dropped right in front. I'll tell you what, it's been the identical inning here, first and third. When you look at it, a couple of singles. The same 2 guys have hits. The same guy hit into a double play, and he's walked after twice.
The 2-2. Santana rips it to right field, a base hit. Cabrera coming around third, going to be waved home. Hunter's throw to the plate, and he is out. A perfect throw by Torrey Hunter nails Cabrera at the plate to end the third. So it stays 1-0 Angels. 4th inning. Not a lot of excitement here early for a 1-0 game. Torrey Hunter producing the only run of the game with the 2-out RBI bloop single to right field. But then he was thrown out trying to advance to second. And now he's thrown out as Asdrubal Cabrera at the plate trying to score to end the 3rd inning. Albert Pujols singled and scored the Angels' run in the 1st. Takes a strike. It's 1-2. And Adam reaching for it, just did fight it off.
Well, the one difference in the ball game was Hunter's 2-out base hit back in the 1st just wasn't hit hard enough. Santana's was hit hard, and Hunter made a terrific throw.
Yeah.
To get Cabrera at the plate. That's the difference.
Ground ball towards Kipnis. 1 away.
Well, create memories with your family in the brand new Kids Club area. The grand opening will be Sunday, May 6th. It's a renovated area for all ages on the mezzanine level. Features a slugger sandlot, including wiffle ball, gaming area, batting cage, and more. Log on to Indians.com for tickets.
Kendry Morales drew a walk his first time up on 4 pitches and looks at ball 1 outside from Masterson. And he bounces this one to first, fair ball. Kochman tags the bag, 2 down, and we'll pause for station identification. You're watching Cleveland Indians baseball. Glad to have you with us on this Friday evening. Matt Underwood, Rick Manning. Torrey Hunter steps in, looks at a ball down low. Two balls, no strikes. That bloop 2-out RBI hit in the 1st gives Hunter a hit in 4 straight games, going 6 for his last 13 at the plate. And he drives one to deep right field. Back is Cunningham, and it's gone. And Torrey Hunter, not only did he take a run away from the Indians by throwing out Cabrera at the plate, but he puts one on the board for the Angels by driving it out to right field. He's driven in both of their runs here tonight. His first home run on the season, and it's 2-0 Angels.
How about that? It's been all Torrey Hunter tonight. And he goes the other way. He likes that fastball. Look at him out over the plate, extension.
He always has. That has always been his bread and butter right there.
I always used to say pitch him in, but you give him a little swinging room and you can see what he can do. He did damage. His first home run of the year and the 4th home run Masterson has given up.
Mark Trumbo struck out his first time up, looks at strike 1.
Both runs scoring with 2 outs.
Snaps a string of 8 in a row, retired by Masterson. Trumbo cuts and misses, and a count 1-2. Got him to chase, strikes him out to end the inning. But Torrey Hunter's first home run of the year has the Angels in front 2-0, middle of the 4th. Bottom of the fourth here at Progressive Field. Tribe down 2-0. They've out-hit the Angels 5-3. They've had some chances, but they're looking for that big 2-out RBI hit. Looked like they had it in the third, but Torrey Hunter threw out his Drupal Cabrera at the plate. Jack Hanahan struck out with the bases loaded to end the first inning. Fouls that one straight back. As you say, if there's a silver lining thus far for the Tribe, it's that they've made Weaver work for it. He's about to make his 65th pitch of the game coming up right here.
20 pitches per inning. They've had their share of base runners. They've left 5 aboard. I mean, you keep getting them on, you'll cash in eventually.
Hanahan thought that was high, but it's called a strike by Jim Wolf, and he's down on the count 0-2.
We had some sad news in the baseball world today. Moose Skowron passed. You know, a good friend of ours, 81 years old, 6-time All-Star, 211 career home runs. We'd usually get to spend some time with him when we went to Chicago. Just a great player. What do you have, 5 World Series rings?
He was so very kind to go to the luncheon honoring Bob Feller that year we were in Chicago. And it was fun just listening to him tell stories and then go up and talk to Bob Feller.
Well, he said Bob was one of the toughest pitchers he ever faced. He only faced him 3 times, and Bob struck him out 3 times.
Hanahan stays alive because Iannetta couldn't hang on. Now the 1-2. Popped up. Running with his back to the plate is Callaspo, but he couldn't get to it. Ibar was also closing in, but Jack stays alive as that ball was just beyond their reach.
Yeah, just impossible to catch it, the way they're playing him. Those are ones as a player you hate. You have to run after them and show effort because you know you're not going to catch them, and you've just got to take time and go all the way back to your position.
Now the 1-2. Jack was able to wait a little bit on that off-speed pitch, but you could see him just trying to wait and wait and wait. That's 71 miles an hour, so he goes from almost 91 to 71.
You're looking at 20 mile an hour variance from that curveball to his fastball, and that usually that fastball he shows you is high where that curveball is starting. So there's where the 20 mile an hour jumps on you.
That's popped foul. And again, Ibar with a long run. Can't get to it. Or excuse me, Callaspo. Ibar also in pursuit, but neither one had a chance. That was the benefit you had of playing center field. You didn't have to chase too many of those.
No, I never had to chase foul balls. The only ones I had to chase were fair balls.
Rick Waits, are you listening?
Well, for anybody. There are a lot of pitchers out there that could keep you running.
Now the 1-2. Back towards us. And just below down into the seats.
But you're right. When you're in center field, you don't have to chase them. But what you do have to chase is those balls in the gap. And sometimes you may get a ton of them. And other times you may have none.
Again, Hanahan fouls it back, and he's putting up a quality at bat here despite the fact that he was buried in the count 0-2.
Well, he's making him throw a lot of pitches. 6 straight foul balls.
Weaver delivers. And Jack again with that slow off-speed pitch, just able to get a little wood on it to stay alive. Now Iannetta's going to go out and say, hey, let's try something different.
What can we do here? I mean, he's hit 7 straight foul balls. What do we do?
Let's try underhanded.
Maybe throw one up in his eyes, see if he'll chase it and come back with a slow curveball. But it is frustrating. I mean, they are doing a good job of fouling pitches off of this guy. See if they go high fastball just to change the eye level.
Or maybe he just tries to paint it away.
Let's see that fastball.
He tried to paint it on the outside corner, but he missed down low. So it's 2-2. Jack making Weaver wait. Weaver ready to deliver the pitch, coming with a changeup. And he finally strikes him out. That's 5 Ks for Jared Weaver. And let's check in with the Hyundai Studios. Here's Dave Chudowski.
Hey guys, NFL draft. The Browns have their right tackle with the 37th pick. They take Mitchell Schwartz of California, big number 72, 6'5", 318, all Pac-12. His brother plays on the Vikings. He played with Alex Mack of the Browns. Back to you.
All right, thanks, Chud. Shelley Duncan looks at the ball down low. I believe they have another pick still in this round before the night's over. They will certainly have that if and when it becomes available. Missed inside. Weaver's 2-0. And he popped him back. And Iannetta never saw it. He couldn't have gotten to it anyway. That guy did.
Well, sometimes it's tough for the catcher to see that ball where it's popped up. They don't see it go off the bat and if it's right behind him or not. So you hear some yelling going on. They try and help him out.
Weaver might not have seen it either.
He just told the umpire, he said, I didn't see it.
Down low, 3-1. This will be the 80th pitch of the night now for Jared Weaver. So he's still on that 20-pitch average, and he's going to go over it on the per-inning pitch count. Just a check swing.
Well, they've hit
foul,
about 22
count.
foul balls. 23, I'm sorry. Thanks, Tommy.
Now, Shelley put up a heck of an at-bat his first time up and wound up striking out. He doesn't want to hear about putting up a good at-bat. He wants to see some results. Rip foul. Look out. Holy mackerel. Did that blister its way into the crowd just over the top of the Indians' dugout. I mean, there's no way you're getting out of the way of that because it hit right on the top of the dugout and just skipped into the crowd. Taking a little time on the field, umpire Jim Wolf looking into the crowd, making sure that whoever was hit by that ball is okay. Looks like everybody's all right. Dad took one for the team. Payoff pitch. Strike 3 called, and Duncan has issues with Jim Wolf. Shelley's a strikeout victim. That's a half dozen Ks for Weaver back-to-back here in the fourth.
Well, he thought this ball was down in the zone. He goes right there. Yep. And one of the reasons why you see Iannetta sort of push that glove down, if he was to turn it up, it might have looked a little higher. But let's take a look at it here. Boy, that's borderline. Borderline, but Weaver gets the call.
Casey Kochman fly to center his first time up. One ball, one strike. Tigers out in front of the Yankees 3-1 in the fourth inning. They're in New York tonight.
That's Verlander pitching for them against who'd the Yankees have going?
Chased it up high, 1-2.
Nova.
Royals with 2 first-inning runs in Minnesota tonight to jump out on top of the Twins 2-0. White Sox hosting the Red Sox tonight in Chicago. They're in the first. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the count for Kochman. And he takes strike 3 called. Weaver fans the side here in the 4th, 2-0 Angels. Panini's with 17 locations in Northeast Ohio. And by Levin's, home of the CLE Posturepedic mattress made right here in Northeast Ohio. Two 0 Angels as we move to the 5th inning here at Progressive Field. Bottom third of the Angels order due up. Vernon Wells, Eric Ibar, Chris Iannetta. 48 at game time. A little chilly tonight down here at Progressive Field. Almost 70 and 80 degree days we had here in the month of March. People are wondering where'd they go.
Well, we weren't here, but I wonder where they went also.
Vernon Wells, bang one back to Justin Masterson, his first time up. And that's in the air, left center. Shelley Duncan makes a long run to it for out number 1. Take a look at our University Hospitals minor league update. Yeah, Trevor Crow off to a great start this year for the AAA Columbus Clippers, 8th in the International League with a .370 batting average. Eric Ibar grounded to short his first time up. Ibar 0 for his last 8 at the plate. But he's got reason to smile. Last week, he agreed on a 4-year extension with the Angels. That he'll keep him in a Halo outfit through 2016.
Artie's been very kind, hasn't he, in the last year?
Been giving out a lot.
He has shelled out a lot of bucks, man.
Yeah, they've got a lot of players under contract.
You figure C.J. Wilson and Pujols that they signed this year, and now Ibar. And
well, through at least 2014, they've got Pujols, Weaver, C.J. Wilson, Vernon Wells, Howie Kendrick, and Eric Ibar.
There's 6, okay.
So that's at least the next 3 seasons, including this one, that they've got those guys all together. Good looking pitch, and it is called a strike.
Yeah, that was a good pitch.
And a full count. Bounced foul.
Send along some birthday wishes tonight. Robert Kreshaw of Willoughby is turning 83. Robert, happy birthday to you.
Three-two pitch. Kipnis, long run to it. Wait for Kochman to get back to the bag. Throws him out, 2 away. Now the NFL draft coverage will continue tonight on STO after the ball game. Chuck Galletti will wrap up what the Browns did tonight. Then Sunday night at 7, Bruce Drennan will wrap up the entire draft for you. Monday night at 8, Jim Donovan, Tony Grossi, Doug Deacon will have your calls, emails during the Browns Red Zone. Wall-to-wall draft coverage only on STO. Yeah, 2 down for Chris Iannetta. He chopped one off the plate his first time up, and Jack Hanahan made a terrific play to throw him out. This will be the 60th pitch of the night right here for Justin Masterson.
Now it seems like he's been much more efficient than Jared Weaver, but he's still looking down at a 2-0 deficit. A couple of 2-out hits and
2-out bloop hit in the first by Torrey Hunter, and then the 2-out homer by Hunter in the fourth. Three balls and a strike. And it's ball 4. Second walk issued by Masterson tonight in the 2-out. Free pass will bring up Maicer Isturiz. That's down low, ball 1. How about Tampa Bay jumping on Texas down in Arlington for 4 first-inning runs?
yeah, that's a matchup of they played last year in the playoffs. Again, Detroit, who beat New York, they're playing tonight. So a couple of playoff matchups from last year going at it.
Towards second, Kipnis will go the long way to first, and that'll end the inning. Middle of the 5th, it remains 2-0 Angels. Pitching coach, Sandy Alomar, the bench coach, also in the conversation. Masterson, as we said, he's pitched well. He's only given up the 3 hits, but a 2-out bloop RBI hit and a 2-out solo shot.
That's what I like. You see the ground ball outs, 11 of them. That means that ball is moving. His sinker's very good. Now the offense has got to come in and cash in is what they have to do and get the big guy a couple of runs.
Now the offense has been cooking tonight, but after there were 2 men out, and that's always a tough way to go, especially against a guy like Jared Weaver. But they loaded him with 2 outs in the first. Could not score. Then there's a liner to center. That'll get in for a base hit. So they get their leadoff man aboard here in the 5th inning. Our recap brought to you by your Northern Ohio Toyota dealers. And this was the little bloop RBI hit. Hunter was thrown out trying to go to second, but the run had already scored. And then it looked like the Indians had tied it up right here, but Torrey Hunter throws out his Drupal Cabrera with a perfect strike, and then Hunter, too much Torrey Hunter so far tonight.
Well, he took one away, and then he added one on. So, I mean, he's been the story of the night, no question about it, Torrey Hunter.
Let's find out about 30 Toyota offers available now at buyatoyota.com. Michael Brantley sends a fly ball, right center field, long run for Hunter. He runs it down, and now Cunningham will have to scamper back to first.
Well, just almost like in his last at-bat where he was able to just thread it between both outfielders. This one had a little too much hang time, and Hunter's able to run under it. You know, what is he, a 9-time Gold Glover out in center field, and he got a good jump, and watch him just outrun this baseball, stick up the long arm of the law, and shag it, and it goes down for an out. Michael hit it well.
Yeah, he was bitten for his 3rd hit of the night.
Yes, he was. Hit it well.
Here's the guy that's had a tough night, Jason Kipnis. Bounced into a double play in the first and then struck out, which became part of a double play in the 3rd. Snap throw back to first, but Cunningham is there. By the way, remember last night, Jason Kipnis had something in his eye. And as he was trying to get it out of his eye, he had pine tar on his gloves. He got some pine tar in his eye, and his eye almost swelled shut on him.
I told you.
And that's when Lonnie Soloff came out, and he put some tape on it to keep the eyelid open, to keep it from swelling shut on him. And Jason said, luckily, he ended up walking because he said, I really couldn't see out of that right eye.
Well, when I saw him reach in there with his gloves on, and you know you use pine tar and rosin, that's not a good sign.
Yeah, generally those things don't work well in the eye, the tear duct area.
No.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 on, 1 out here in the home half of the 5th. Drive down 2-0. This will be the 95th pitch of the night for Jared Weaver. And that's way up high. Full count.
Well, let's see if he starts Cunningham. Here, full count, 1 out. Is a 2-0 game. Even though he has struck out and he hit into a double play, he struck out and into a double play last time up. Are they going to keep him put? Nope. There you go.
Struck him out.
Oh, he did. And got him.
And he got him again.
What a night.
Another strike him out, throw him out, double play, and that ends the 5th. A frustrating night for the Indians offense, and it's 2-0 Angels. Your Wahoo Bucks $5 discount coupons for the Subway Extreme Fan Zone to an upcoming home game. It's the place to be for a chance to win Subway gift cards, Indians fun money, and get great discounts on your next Subway purchase. Subway, where winners eat. Two 2-0 Angels, 6th inning. Alberto Callaspo to lead off. And he sends a pop to center field on the first pitch. One away. That's going to bring up Albert Pujols. He singled and scored in the first. Pujols now in the longest homerless drought of his career. He came in to tonight's game tied for the longest drought, which he set last year from April 23rd through May 23rd, 105 at-bats. Ground ball to third. Hanahan gloves it, went down to his knees, gets up and throws him out. 2 away.
Nice recovery. You see what he did, the reason why he fell over, he wanted to get in front of that ball and try and catch it, not to barehand it because it was a tough play. That ball was smoked. Watch him, he gets over there, and it was really close between a backhand and the way he caught that ball.
Almost where he was a little bit in between.
In between,
yeah.
Right. So, but it was hit so hard, he wanted to make sure he at least kept a body on it, but he caught it cleanly. So a nice play.
Now Kendry Morales 0 for 1 with a walk. Indians with a 3-man shift on. Inside to the backstop, 1-1. Kipnis, the second baseman, goes back to the outfield grass. Hanahan all the way over at shortstop. Man, it's 2-1. Three balls and a strike. Kipnis from the outfield grass will throw to Masterson, who covers for the out. That'll go 4-1, and the Angels go 1-2-3. Still 2-0 LA. Home half of the 6th. It remains 2-0 Angels. Tribe will send Asdrubal Cabrera, Travis Hafner, and Carlos Santana to the plate. And all three of them have been on base safely until now. Now, twice tonight, the Indians have been involved in a strike him out, throw him out double play on the wrong end of it.
Well, twice tonight, it's been Jason Kipnis at the plate both times. There's the first one. A breaking ball swings over the top of. They throw out, was it Cabrera there? Or no, not Cabrera. It was Brantley. Then it's Cunningham. A couple of good throws by Iannetta.
But Travis Hafner has walked twice tonight. Weaver misses down low. Both times Hafner walked, of course, there were guys on base, or at least there was a runner on base. And he's 2-0, and this next pitch will be his 100th on the night. But Weaver's a guy who Mike Scioscia will routinely let him go over 100. He's gone as many as 114 already this year. Hafner drives it to right field. Hunter won't catch this. He does get it on a bounce and holds Hafner to a long one-out single. So the Indians will bring the tying run to the plate here in the sixth, and it's Carlos Santana.
Well, Travis Hafner has been on all three times tonight, the two walks, and now there's a pitch up in the zone that he turns on. Looked like it was a little bit off the end of the bat, but it gets down in front of Hunter. So Hafner will get a base hit. It's the seventh hit for the Indians. They've out-hit the Angels 7-3.
As the Angels get their bullpen busy, double barrel action. Carlos Santana walked in the first. He singled in the third. And remember, it was his single in that third inning that looked like it was going to get the Indians on the board. But he hit the ball so hard that Torrey Hunter got to it in the blink of an eye and got off a great throw. A perfect throw to home plate. I mean, normally, guy uncorks a throw from right field, especially when he's on the move like that. The catcher's got to make a little bit of movement, whether he has to come up the line or maybe move to his left. Iannetta never moved an inch.
And it wasn't on the ground or a one-hopper.
He threw
it
a
was
strike.
Right in the air.
Down low, 2-1. Well, you win 9 Gold Gloves, not just because you have a great glove, but usually the arm has a big part of it too.
He's been very good for a long time.
Talking about Torrey Hunter, the Angels right fielder, who was a longtime center fielder in Minnesota. And only really with the acquisition of Vernon Wells have they moved Torrey Hunter around.
Well, it's been Peter Borges that's really moved Hunter out of center field. There's the throw. I mean, right on the money and plenty of time to get Cabrera with 2 outs. And you have to send him. You know, you got to send him in that situation. That's the only hit the Indians have with a runner on base was the Santana single out of their 7 hits. I mean, they've had their share of base runners. Well, first inning they left 3 stranded, and in the third they left the pair.
See if Santana can get into this 3-1 pitch from Weaver. Popped it straight up near the plate. Iannetta back to the screen. Can't get it. And Santana stays alive. No wind tonight, so it didn't get pushed by the breeze. It just had enough spin to move back beyond the screen. For a minute, it looked like Iannetta was going to have a play.
Just enough to stay alive.
Hafner's at first with 1 out. Weaver's 3-2 to Santana. And it's low, ball 4. 2 on, 1 out.
Well, head down to Progressive Field May 5th between 3 in the afternoon and 5 for an Indian season ticket select a seat event. Check out the best seats in the house and the newly renovated Club Lounge. All fans interested in season tickets, groups, and party areas are certainly welcome. Stop by to secure your seats. May 5th.
Hafner and Santana have been on base all 3 times tonight. The problem so far for the Indians is that the next 2 guys, Hanahan and Duncan, they're 0 for 4 with 4 strikeouts. So Weaver has had a tough time with the middle, but he has dominated the bottom part of the lineup.
He's picking who he wants to pitch to is what he's doing. You know, he's not going to let the Hafners or the Santanas beat him. He's going to make these guys, the Hanahans and the Duncans, beat him. I mean, between those 2 guys, Hafner's walked twice, Santana's walked twice, and they both have a hit. So it goes to show you he's either going to be trying to be perfect with them, and then he's going to attack the next couple of guys.
Jack trying to stop an 0 for 10. Tops it foul, 1-1. Jack leads the Indians with 13 runs batted in. And he lines one to left field, but Trumbo right in his tracks to grab it, 2 down. And sometimes when you're struggling, you can hit a ball hard and it goes right at a guy.
Nothing you could do there. He hit it hard. He stayed on the baseball. He didn't swing or try and pull a pitch. And the first time he didn't strike out, he did what he was supposed to. And here comes Mike Scioscia. Is he going to take him out?
I think he already made the move.
Oh, he did?
All right. Let's see. I don't see the umpire
109 pitches.
Gesturing yet.
Well, why would he come out? I mean, it's Weaver. I would imagine he's going to take him out. Let's see.
No, he's talking to him. I think he's going to maybe leave him. Yep.
All right, that's the catcher going out, and he wants to get on the same page as those guys. All right, yeah, okay, leaves his ace in. He says, okay, no problem. I think he pretty much wanted to go over how they're going to go at this, getting Duncan out.
Well, he struck him out twice tonight. Now, Shelley Duncan's got a chance, though, to get the Indians on the board here with a 2-out base hit. And it's in the dirt. Good stop there by Iannetta. Weaver at 110 pitches now for the night. Delivers. And Duncan had a great cut, but he fouls it back, and it's 1-1. Duncan 3 for his last 26 with 15 strikeouts. Checks, it's low, and it's 2-1. He was called out on strikes to end the 4th inning, and he thought the pitch was low. We looked at the replay, and it did look low to us. Weaver taking a long time. Misses again. 3 balls and a strike.
Well, I would think this is going to be his last hitter after the manager went out and talked to him about how they want to go about it.
Left-handed hitting Casey Kochman waits on deck. The 3-1 pitch. And it's chopped foul. Well, the one thing, Shelley's seen a lot of pitches tonight.
Well, this is the 7th full count now for Jarrett Weaver. He has walked 3 Indians, and he has struck out 3. So we'll see what happens here on the 7th one.
The runners will be off on the 3-2 pitch to Duncan. And he pops it up. The right fielder, Torrey Hunter, is there, and he makes the catch. 2 more stranded by the Tribe. We go to the 7th, 2-0 Angels.
Sunday, May 6th, I am hanging out in the Rookie Suite right now, presented by University Hospitals in Step 2. It's an indoor area. The kids can play. You still have a great view of the game. If you want to check it out yourself, log on Indians.com. Get your tickets now. While you're there, make sure to check out those perfect 10 flex packs presented by Discount Drug Mart. Matt, Rick, we'll send it back over to you guys.
All right, thanks, Katie. 2-0 Angels, 7th inning. Justin Masterson delivers, and it's a called strike. Torrey Hunter has driven in both Angels runs here tonight. A 2-out bloop single in the first and a 2-out solo homer in the 4th. He fouls that off. It's 0-2. But you notice he really kept that pitch in on him. It sounds backwards to say this, but in a lot of ways, Masterson has outpitched Weaver tonight. But
well, no, I mean, the only mistake was the pitch to Hunter where he hit the home run. The other pitch was a good pitch that he blooped in there. Not much you could do there. Both of them were hits with 2 outs. He has pitched. He's been much more efficient. He's been on top of his game. You got to let it go. And he's getting the ground ball outs. Justin's pitched well. You got to score to win. This guy has pitched very well. Look at, I mean, he struggled for himself. He's walked, 5?
He has 3 ground ball outs tonight. Masterson has 13.
Yeah, but he's got 8 strikeouts as well.
Yeah, that makes up for it right there.
You know, he's pitched well. He's gotten through the times he had to get through, and he's gotten the hitters out he's had to get out. This is the Justin Masterson we were looking to see. You know, we haven't seen in the last 3 starts, since his first start, as a matter of fact.
Hunter went around and strikes out. That's the 3rd K for Masterson. 1 down here in the 7th inning. I'm sure after the ball game, Jared Weaver will say, man, I really struggled with my command, especially fastball command tonight, but when I had to make a big pitch, I was able to get him to either hit it out or, get him to swing and miss.
We told you before, he's 4-0 in this ballpark. He's pitched great here against the Indians.
Giving up 1 earned run in his last 4 starts here.
Well, there you go. I mean, this is just a ballpark that the Indians can't do anything with this guy here.
Right back to Masterson. This one caroms off his glove. And Trumbo's got himself an infield hit after striking out his first 2 times up.
He just will be upset with himself because that ball right back was at his face. But, a lot of times the pitchers think that ball's coming a lot faster sometimes than what it is. And you see he got out of the way, and if it never stuck in the glove, guarantee he felt he should have caught that ball. But watch his head. He knows it's coming back at him, so he panicked and tried to get out of the way, but you don't blame him. Those balls are coming back at you a lot quicker. So it'll go as an infield single. It's the first time tonight that the Angels have a hit without 2 outs, too. All 3 of their hits prior to that have been with 2 outs. Oh, so he comes out now for defensive purposes, I see. And who's pinch running? Is it Borges? I would think.
Yep.
Yeah.
He takes off, and Wells bangs it to third. Hanahan looked to second, throws to first for the out, 2 down. And Borges now into scoring position. Make it tea time to watch Jimmy Hanlon during the Golf Zone, driven by Mentor Kia. He'll take calls and emails while improving your game and updating you on the PGA season. That's the Golf Zone with Jimmy, Sunday night at 9, only on STO. Two down, a runner at second for Eric Ibar, who is 0 for 2 on the night. And a little bit low. Ibar 0 for his last 9. He has twice grounded out, once to short, once to second tonight. And a fastball strike in there to even the count. If Masterson gets Ibar to ground out here, that will give him at least 2 ground ball outs in every inning tonight. And it's 1-2 now. Kansas City leads Minnesota 4-3. They're in the third at Target Field. Red Sox lead the White Sox 2-1 in Chicago in the third. The 1-2. Swung on and missed. Masterson with his 4th strikeout of the night. And it remains a 2-0 Angels lead. And it's at Panini's Bar and Grill. 2-0 Angels on top. Jared Weaver's night is over after 6 innings of work, and Hisanori Takahashi coming on now for the Halos. And the left-hander a year ago in 61 games had a 3.44 ERA. So far this year in 7 games, he has walked 2, struck out 3 in 6 innings of work. Vernon Wells goes to left field, and Peter Borges now into the game, came in as a pinch runner, takes over in center.
Yeah, they get Trumbo out of there, who's normally their first baseman from last year, but they tried him at third. Now they put him in left. Borges is their center fielder. That's why Hunter moved to right. Now Wells goes to left. So they have their best defense out there going into the latter part of the game up by 2.
You were talking about Mark Trumbo. He went 5 consecutive games this year where he played 5 different positions.
Yeah.
He started a game at DH, then left field, then third base, then first base, then right field.
See, he's the odd man out with Pujols signing because he played first last year for him and he could DH, but now they tried him at third base and he had a lot of errors early, so they're moving him around in the outfield, and they just have too many guys over there. They still have Bobby Abreu, who's a guy that they've been trying to move all spring, and you just don't know. There's so many guys that they have to try and get playing time.
No, there was a lot of chatter late in spring training. The Indians were very close. They're thought to be very close to acquiring Bobby Abreu, but it didn't happen. Well, the Indians will try against somebody else because Jared Weaver blanked him tonight, even though they had 7 hits and 4 walks. They had base runners, had opportunities.
They had their opportunities, no question about it.
Had a runner thrown out at the plate by Torrey Hunter in right field on a 2-out hit from Carlos Santana in the third.
Well, that's their only hit with a runner on base.
Kochman lines one down the left field line, but slicing out of play. Kochman, Cunningham, and Brantley due here in the 7th for the Indians. A little bit low, it's 2-2.
That little double clutch you see from Takahashi where he comes up, and it's just that little hesitation before he delivers the ball to the plate.
Kochman with a line drive base hit into right center field. Hunter will cut it off deep in the alley, and Kochman aboard to start the 7th inning. Yeah. And that stops an 0-for-24 slump for Casey Kochman.
Boy, oh boy, now you can take a deep breath and say thank you. Whew.
While Casey takes a moment, we'll pause for station identification. You're watching Cleveland Indians baseball. Matt Underwood, Rick Manning with you here at Progressive Field. Aaron Cunningham steps in. He's 1 for 2 on the night. He had a leadoff single back in the 5th inning. And he lines one out of play on the right side. Indians trying to come from behind tonight, down 2-0 here in the 7th. Aaron has hit in 4 straight games, 4 for 12. Another foul ball out of play to the right.
Well, he's made a start in center. He's been over there in right field now that Chu's been injured. So he has played all 3 positions early in the year.
Yeah, and again, that's a good point, Rick. For folks who may have joined us late, Manny Act is saying earlier today he thinks Shin-Soo Choo might be available tomorrow, if not then on Sunday, to play again for the Tribe. He ran today before the ball game. They were going to make sure everything went well with that and make sure he didn't report any ill effects. And if that all went well, which we assume it did, then hopefully, if not tomorrow, then Sunday. And you pointed out, if the weather's crummy tomorrow, look more for Sunday probably.
That's my concern. If it's wet, and which it should be, I don't think they'll take a chance with him.
A little slow chopper towards second. His Torres only plays at first. He takes care of Cunningham, 1 away. All right, our trivia question tonight, pretty good one. We nailed 2 of them right out of the gate. The third one, though, we Pujols, A-Rod.
Throw Chipper in there. Adam
Dunn. I forgot completely about
Somebody
Adam
you wouldn't
Dunn.
even think about Adam Dunn.
I thought it was a good call when you said Chipper Jones. I forgot who I would.
That's 350 home runs early. That's a lot of home runs.
Yeah.
You know, and Chipper, I mean, he was a great hitter, but Dunn was the power guy. Trick question.
That was a good one, though.
That's Redbird at his finest on a Friday night.
Michael Brantley 2 for 3 and very easily could be 3 for 3. Takes a strike. And the last time up, he flied out the deep right center field where Torrey Hunter making a nice running catch. Good sign, though, because the Indians need Michael Brantley to get into a hot spell, especially at the top of the lineup. I mean, it's not that he's been ice cold. He's hit in 10 of his last 11 games now.
He's hit also what people don't want to talk about into some tough luck. I'll tell you what I liked yesterday. I saw he had a little drag bunt working, you know, and got a base hit with it. And Michael's the type of guy, if you're going to lead off, that should be a part of your game. Because believe it or not, it's going to get him more hits, whether he believes it, because you're going to pull the infielders in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Tighter at the corners. It'll give you a little bigger holes between short and third and first and second. But he has had some tough luck earlier.
Takes the bunt out of play here now that he's down on the count 0-2. And Takahashi delivers. Brantley smokes it to center. Borges has to race back. It's over his head. It'll go to the wall. Around third, coming home to score is Kochman. And into second base with an RBI double is Michael Brantley. The Indians break the schneid. They're on the board. It's 2-1. And Michael Brantley absolutely scorched that ball.
How about that? An 0-2 pitch.
So maybe he is really starting to get hot.
Both the left-handers have done the damage. But we gotta throw this up as our McDonald's. I'm loving it because he smoked an 0-2 pitch over the head of Peter Borges in center field and took advantage of it. The Indians on the board. It's a 2-1 game. Tying run is at second base, and here comes Mike Scioscia to make another change.
So Michael Brantley gets the Indians on the board. They're right back in this one. 2-1 Angels. We've got a timeout here at Progressive Field. So the Indians break through. They get on the board, now looking for more. With a runner at second and one out here in the bottom of the seventh inning, Kevin Jepsen, the right-hander, coming on to face Jason Kipnis. Jepsen on for the 8th time this year, and like Takahashi, not exactly off to a great start. 2 walks, 4 strikeouts, and 5 1/3. He's allowed 6 hits.
Well, the Angels bullpen has really struggled this year. The relievers are 0-5 and just 1-6 in save situations. So they've given up like 26, now 27 earned runs in 45 2/3 innings. So, you know, we said earlier, if you can get Weaver out of there after 6 and raise that pitch count, that may bode well. Well, so far it has in this 7th inning here because the Indians are able to get on the board.
Well, baseball is a game of getting opportunities and getting second chances. And Jason Kipnis, he's had a rough night, boy. Hit into a double play in the first, and then he was involved in back-to-back strike him out, throw him out double plays in the 3rd and 5th innings. So now a chance to make amends here.
Well, he's getting his second chance for the 3rd time tonight. You know what I mean? When you think about it. Yeah, I mean, you know, that happened. That's what makes this game so great. You can go up there in the first 7 innings, you stink, but you still have an opportunity now to get a base hit and tie the game and be a hero.
The 1-0 pitch. Jason takes a strike. And as Manny Acta told us on that last road trip, you know, he said, hey, we told Jason, don't press. When things don't go well, this is not a tryout. You're not here on a trial basis. You're our second baseman. Just go up there, relax, and play.
Well, easier said than done, because when you get up there sometimes, this guy he plays hard, you know, and he will relax.
Well, he's the kind of guy who wants to hit every time up there.
Right.
Who doesn't, right?
Right. I mean, you get in a situation, and now you just want to succeed instead of just taking a deep breath. That all comes with time. Last year he was called up, and it was like he never missed a beat, and he's been around 10 years. Well, it's a little different.
Line drive, base hit, left field. This is going to tie the game. Brantley around third. He will score. And Jason Kipnis gets that extra opportunity, and he drives in the tying run.
That's the ball player in him right there.
Absolutely.
That is the ball player in him, because he had an opportunity. Did you see him round first base and really clap those hands, because he knew. That's what I had to do. Stay on the baseball. He got a pitch to his liking. He drove it the other way. This is a tie ball game. The Indians now with 10 hits, and now Weaver is off the hook. He gets a no decision after not allowing anything, and I mean in 4 hitters, the Indians come right back and score 2.
Both runs charged to Hisanori Takahashi. And now the heart of the order, and these guys have been locked in tonight. Cabrera, Hafner, Santana. As Drupal is 2 for 3 with a single and a double. Down on the dirt ball 1, and then Hafner and Santana, they've been on base all 3 times they've been up tonight. Hafner's walked twice, Santana's walked twice, and they each have a single. So with 1 out, the Tribe has a great opportunity here to not only tie the game, which they've done, but possibly come back and take the lead for the first time.
Yeah, and another blown save on that bullpen.
Hard hit ground ball to second. Taylor made double play, and that'll end the inning. We go to the 8th. We're all even up 2 apiece.
Presented by the authority of the Cleveland Indians and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Cleveland Indians.
Two-two our score as we go to the 8th inning. And Justin Masterson back out here. 87 pitches on the night for the big right-hander. And he'll be facing Chris Iannetta, the number 9 hitter, to start the inning, then the top of the order. Nobody throwing in the Tribe bullpen. Masterson has really pitched well here tonight, and it's great to see because he did not pitch well on that road trip. And you're right, he needed a good start just for his own confidence.
Absolutely. That's something he's done tonight. He had to improve upon was the quality of strikes. He wasn't throwing enough of them. Wasn't attacking the hitters. Everything was up in the zone. So what you watch for tonight is Masterson's sinker. So he's been getting a ton of ground ball outs, and he's back on his game, and that's something you desperately needed to see. I know Manny Acta wanted to see it. I know Scott Radinsky wanted to see it, and I know Justin Masterson wanted to see it.
$14 ground ball outs tonight for Masterson, and now 5 strikeouts for the right-hander. Back to the Hyundai Studios once again for an in-game update with Dave Chudowski.
All right, Matt, thank you. Boston and Chicago. David Ortiz, boy, this guy is on fire, isn't he? Second inning, home run, his 4th, a 2-run shot off John Danks to make it 2-1, but now it's tied at 2 in the 3rd. Back to you.
All right, thanks, Chud. Kansas City's gone out in front of Minnesota 4-3. The Twins had taken a 3-2 lead in that game at the Royals up by a run there in the 4th inning at Target Field. Yankees have scored 4 runs off Justin Verlander tonight, but the Tigers lead it 6-4. And Detroit has banged out a dozen hits in that game. It's Torres squaring. Looked like a strike, but called a ball, and it's 3-0. This Torres has grounded out to second base all 3 times tonight, taking a strike here. And he'll probably take another one.
Why not? His job is to get on base.
Full count. And the payoff pitch, a little bit low, and it's ball 4. Every home run hit this year by the Indians means Rick and I will each donate $5 to the Gathering Place, while Great Clips donates $50. Our season total stuck at $960. We need some long balls. Great needs, great deeds, Great Clips.
Well, first you take a win, then you take the long balls. But you're right, it's been eight games, right?
Yeah.
This is the 9th game.
8 games plus 7 innings. This Torres does have 4 steals.
Well, that's all part of their game plan, too, over there in L.A. Mike Scioscia, he's aggressive, and it doesn't matter. If he feels they can get it, they will take off and run. But that's something that Masterson has done, for the time that we've seen him. He's always improved on holding runners. For a big guy, giving his catcher an opportunity to throw out runners.
Tony Sipp getting up in the Indians bullpen. Left-hander starting to loosen. This will be pitch 99 for Justin. And it's outside 1-1. Well, you talk all the time about stolen bases and the stat. This is where stolen bases really become important in a ball game.
It's where they count. With the game on the line, late in the ball game, and the team knows you're going to run, if you can steal it then, that's what you call a quality stolen base.
Pitch out, but nothing doing.
Well, now if you want to go, now's the time. They're not going to pitch out again. And a lot of times that's the risk you take with the aggressiveness. I mean, Manny and the Indians know that these guys like to run. So it forces a pitch out. Now you're going to get a fastball away and see if he takes off.
He goes.
Why not?
And a pitch is chopped to first. Kochman will take it himself. 2 down. The Angels get the go-ahead run into scoring position. And Albert Pujols coming up, first base open. Kendry Morales on deck.
Well, even though this guy is struggling, it may not be a bad idea to just go ahead and pitch around him and go to Morales.
Well, they're all going to talk about it now.
Well, why not? I mean, this is something I don't care if Pujols has struggled or not. This is one of the best hitters in the game. With the game on the line, go ahead and put him on. I mean, this is me sitting up here talking for myself. I would do it and go ahead and take my chances with Morales, who's a switch hitter on deck anyway.
Well, I'm sure they're talking it over as Scott Radinsky does most of the talking with Masterson and Santana and company listening in. Albert Pujols tonight singled in the first inning. Came around to score a run, and then he has grounded out twice since then.
Yeah, but that last ground out, the ball was hit right on the nose to Hanahan at third, who made a nice play. Remember. I'm curious to see what they do here. Well, they're not going to walk him intentionally.
They talked too long to just put him on, I think. Masterson fires, and he misses inside for ball 1. Popped him up off speed pitch. Santana looks like he'll have a play.
How about that?
Kochman calls him off and squeezes it. And a great job by Masterson to get Pujols to foul out to end the 8th, and we stay tied at 2. Bottom of the 8th here at Progressive Field. And the Angels will go back to their bullpen, bringing on LaTroy Hawkins, pitching for his 9th team in his 18th Major League season.
There's another guy like Darren Oliver. LaTroy Hawkins, he has been around. Still got a good arm on him. It throws in the low 90s.
Spent the first 9 years of his career with the Minnesota Twins, so we got plenty of looks at LaTroy Hawkins over the years. How about his last year with the Twins back in 2003? Hawkins pitched in 74 games that year and had an ERA of 1.86. That's dynamite. Not to mention he had 9 wins.
Well, pitching in that place, too, on that dome.
Then the very next year, he goes to the Cubs and worked in 77 games and had a 2.63 earning. So he's really done a terrific job over his career. Began his career as a starter, if you remember, back with the Twins, and moved to the bullpen. And here he is now in the 8th with the game on the line. 2-2. Travis Hafner has walked twice and singled. And it's down low, ball 1. He's still got a terrific arm, 93 miles an hour with his fastball.
18 years and all the innings and appearances he has. He's got one blessed with that rubber arm, I guess, as you call it.
Justin Masterson would love to see Pronk launch one of those fastballs deep into the night. And a called strike. Popped him up. Shallow left. Wells over near the line. 1 away. Tonight's box score brought to you by your Northern Ohio Hyundai dealers, who invite you to come see the 2012 Sonata. Visit NorthernOhioHyundaiDealers.com today. Now Brantley at the top with 3 knocks. Jason Kipnis came through with the big RBI hit to tie the game. And now the Indians will look to try and take the lead here in the bottom of the 8th with Carlos Santana coming up. He has walked twice and singled. Been a while since we've seen Hawkins, but he's got that little move where right when he comes set, he kind of brings the glove almost behind him, shakes it a little bit.
To then hide it.
Chopped to second, and Torres throws him out 2 away. Well, now it's Miller time, brought to you by Miller Lite. Jack Hanahan last year dazzled us all season long with his play at third base, and he's been stellar here this evening. Making a great play on the high chopper on the move, and then when Pujols blistered one out of third, he hung with it and able to throw him out. Jack 0 for 3 here tonight. And trying to stop an 0 for 11 skid at the plate now.
When you watch the swings, it looks like Hawkins, that ball jumps on you. It gets on you in a hurry. I don't know if because he hides it and they don't pick it up as quickly. I mean, he is throwing 93, but you can see it seems like you're getting a few tardy swings.
Down and in, 1-1. That sails high on him. So a 2-1 count here for Jack Hanahan. And that's up high, 3-1. Shelley Duncan would be next. And Hanahan with a line drive single into left field. So Jack stops his 0 for 11 slump. Keeps the inning alive now for Shelley Duncan. Just stayed right on it.
Goes the other way. I can't count how many times he did that last year. You know, not many. But this year, he seems like he's doing it regularly. So a 2-out base hit, that's 11 now for the Indians.
Well, let's see if Duncan can follow Hanahan's lead. Jack was in an 0 for 11. Shelley's in an 0 for 11 himself.
Well, in that Angel defense there, their outfield anyway, very deep to try, and that's the go-ahead run at first base. So they're trying to cut off anything into the gap that they possibly can.
Vernon Wells in left field is maybe a few strides in front of the warning track. He is way back there.
Yeah, you're going to give anything and keep everything in front of you.
Hawkins deals, and Duncan with a line drive base hit in right center field. Hanahan hits second. He's going to dig for 3. He'll go in safely as Hunter lobs it into second base. And so, like Hanahan, Shelley Duncan snaps his 0 for 11 with a little opposite field base hit.
And Torrey Hunter wasn't going to take a chance there. You know what? In his heart, he wanted to try and throw Hanahan out. But with the game on the line, he decides just to, no, I'm just going to throw it to second base. Keep everything in front of you. You still have the force out at second base. Not many times do you see Duncan go that way. But you see, watch Torrey. When he picks the ball up, he wanted to and then just says, nope, not worth it. I'll throw it to second. So with 2 outs now, the Indians go back-to-back singles. And you've got Casey Kochman, who ended his 0 for 24 his last time up with a base hit.
He came around to score the Indians' first run of this game. Now he's got an opportunity to give them their first lead of the night. Tribe has out-hit the Angels now 12-4 in this game. Now that outfield is shortened up. Kochman fouling it back out of play. Troy Hawkins with Indians at first and third and 2 down here in the 8th. Hanahan the go-ahead run at third as Chris Perez starts to heat up in the Tribe bullpen. So that means, I would think, Rick, Masterson's coming back if it stays tied. Perez comes in if they grab the lead here. Now the 0-1. Missed inside with it. One pitch. Missed inside. 2 balls and a strike.
Both hits with 2 outs going the opposite way.
Kochman's base hit in the 7th was a little shot that he put over the head of the second baseman is Torres, but we'll see if he tries to go the other way here off Hawkins. 2-1, a chopper towards first. Backhanded by Pujols, goes to second, and they just do get the inning-ending force. Ibar didn't have another inch to spare to keep his toe on the bag, and we'll go to the 9th. Masterson's coming back. Ninth inning. How close was this to giving the Indians the lead? Watch Ibar just barely keep that toe on the bag as he's on the move. That throws a little bit higher. The Indians have the lead.
Well, that was the only play. That was the play to go. I mean, Pujols cut it off in the hole just to flip to second base.
Here is Kendry Morales, 0 for 2 on the night. Masterson's pitch outside, and it's 2-0. Vinny Pastano is up, getting loose in the Tribe bullpen. Three and 0 the count. And he walked him on 4 straight. Leadoff man aboard for the Angels. As we take a look at our highlight reel brought to you by your Northeast Ohio Ford dealers. Torrey Hunter providing all the offense tonight for the Angels. And he threw out an Indian at the plate. So he's had a good night for the Halos. We are all tied at 2, and Torrey Hunter's coming to the plate. The Angels go to their bench for a pinch runner. Howie Kendrick running for Morales. Hunter taking a long look down at his third base coach before he steps in. Kendrick takes off and Hunter wraps it towards short. Cabrera will throw him out.
Well, you're not going to make him bunt. Scioscia starts the runner, stays out of the double play. Hunter puts it on the ground. So they get that runner into scoring position. They didn't hesitate. There goes Kendrick. And he peeks back in, so you know it was the hit and run. And Hunter does his job. Hit the ball on the ground.
Now here now is Peter Borges, who came on as a pinch runner for Mark Trumbo in the 7th. Getting his first at bat of the night. He's in a dismal 1 for 20 spell at the plate. Masterson misses inside. It's 2-0. Takes again. 3 balls, no strikes. Masterson has now matched his season high in pitches thrown in a game. He did it his last time out when he made 111 in Oakland, and that covered just 5 innings.
Little different ball game tonight, huh? He's in the 9th.
But he's behind 3-0 to Borges, and he's walked him on 4. So he may be out of steam. 2 walks in the inning, both 4 pitch walks. 2 on, 1 out, and Vernon Wells coming to the plate, and that's going to be it. So Vinny Pastano will be coming into a tough spot here with 2 on and 1 out in the 9th in a 2-2 tie. 2-2 our score. The Angels have 2 on with 1 out here in the 9th. And it will be up to Vinny Pastano to try to hold the fort. Pastano making his 10th appearance on the year. No wins or losses. ERA at 3.12. In 8 2/3, he's walked 1 and struck out 11. And he'll be having to face Vernon Wells and potentially Eric Ibar. I think Masterson, he got everything he had tonight.
Yeah, only 4 hits. He really had a good sinker working. He had a very nice slider as well. Unfortunately, the 5 walks, and 2 of them come in the 9th inning. So 3 of his 5 actually in the last 2 innings. But much better performance tonight than what we've seen, and hopefully that Pastano can come out here and get him out of that and give him a chance in the bottom of the 9th.
Well, he tonight matched up against the Angels ace, and Justin pitched like an ace tonight.
Yeah, he pitched very well.
So Vernon Wells 0 for 3. Couple of ground outs. He's also flied to left.
I think when you walk into a game before it even starts and you're matched up against Weaver, especially the numbers he's put together in this park, you're figuring, I've got to keep him shut down. I got to win this game 2-1, 3-2, whatever it takes. And that's exactly what it takes.
The 1-0 pitch up high. Well, you said before we started tonight that he might have to win this game 1-0 or 2-1, and
right.
You're not far off.
Well, I mean,
that's the kind of game we've had.
That's the way you feel like it when you go into here. I know the Angels weren't hitting very well. They only have 4 hits. And it was a couple of 2-out hits, and Torrey Hunter's the one that did the damage, drove in both runs for the Angels.
It's a lot like the game they won in Seattle against Felix Hernandez when they beat him 2-1.
Yeah, you get into games against aces or guys you're going to pitch. That's the mindset going into the game. When you get opportunities, take advantage of them. The Indians haven't. They have 12 hits and only 2 runs. They have left 9 stranded. That's the one difference.
Yep.
The Angels have taken advantage of their 4 hits.
Pastano's 2-1 to Vernon Wells. Swung on and missed. He threw it by him. 2-2. Wells has been on a home run binge when you consider that last year in the month of April, he hit 1 home run, and he's already hit 4 home runs so far this April.
Well, I think it's a byproduct. He's trying to use more of the field. Yeah, last year he got caught into trying to be pull happy and hitting too many home runs, and you know what happens. The harder you try, the worse it gets. So he's been trying to stay on the ball and use more of the field, and I think that's a byproduct of trying to put a good at-bat together.
Pastano ready with the 2-2. Got him. Just pumped a fastball by him. 2 down in the inning. Pastano just said, here it is.
Well, that's how Benny is. Here's another guy you talk about sneaky, and the ball jumps on you. It's Pastano, and that ball, here it comes, fastball, boom, by you, swing and miss by Wells. He gets this punch out. 1 more to go.
Eric Ibar 0 for 3 on the night. Struck out his last time up. Swing and a miss. Good fastball that time to the outside part of the plate to Eric Ibar. The Angels with 2 on and 2 out here in the top half of the 9th inning. Howie Kendrick, the pinch runner, at second. Peter Borges is at first. And the turn towards second, but Kendrick not that far off the bag.
Ooh.
To the backstop it goes. And so the go-ahead run moves to third base as Kendrick goes there. Borges moves to second on the wild pitch. And it's 1-1 to Ibar. I don't know if that was a slider. He just tried to maybe pull it a little too hard. And he threw that fastball by him. 1-2 the count. Just foul tipped it right into the glove of Santana. So this Friday night crowd here at Progressive Field up on its feet. They want to see Vinny finish off the Angels here in the top of the ninth and give the Indians bats a chance to win it in the home half. And Santana wants to go out and talk with Pastano.
Yeah, it looks like Pastano's the one that's doing most of the talking. And then Santana looking at his pitcher saying, okay, that's how you want to go about it.
Justin Masterson went 8 1/3 tonight. The runners are his responsibility. Vinny takes a long look into Santana. Now he's ready with a 1-2. Got him! Hey, struck him out to end the inning. Oh, Pastano, what a job. Comes in with 2 on base and strikes out both Vernon Wells and then Eric Ibar. And we go to the bottom of the ninth, tied at 2. Perfect job coming into this ball game, getting 2 strikeouts to keep it tied at 2. And so now we go to the bottom of the ninth. And coming on to pitch for the Angels is right-hander Dave Carpenter, on for the 5th time this year. Carpenter, native of Arlington, Texas, 9th round pick back in 2009.
About him pitching an A and AA ball last year.
Well, they thought a lot of him. He went to camp as a non-roster invite.
I'm pitching a tight situation game here. Bottom of the ninth, 2-2 ball game.
He'll be facing Aaron Cunningham, Michael Brantley, and Jason Kipnis. Cunningham 1 for 3 on the night. Aaron with a base hit to lead off the 5th inning. And takes ball 1. Slung it outside. It's 2-0. Cunningham fouls it off. Cunningham with a long fly ball deep left field. Wells back. He's out of room. It's off the wall. High off the wall and into second base with a leadoff double is Aaron Cunningham. Backed up nicely over there by Peter Borges. But Cunningham put a jolt into that baby and almost hit it out of here.
Well, it's a great start to this inning, man. He put a nice swing on it. He had the count in his favor, a 2-1 pitch. He gets a pitch to his liking coming inside, turned on it. I think he knew he hit it well. Watch Wells go back. It goes about halfway up the wall. So he will start the 9th inning off with a double. That is the 13th hit tonight for the Indians. So they've got to take advantage of this one.
And Michael Brantley will be the batter. Everybody in the Angels infield going to be looking for the bunt now. Brantley 3 for 4 on the night. 2 singles, a double, a ribby, and a run scored. Really swinging the bat well. The only time he's made an out, he flied to deep right center field.
Yeah, Hunter made a nice running catch.
He squares. He jabbed, he missed. Throw down to second. And a good dive to get back to the bag by Cunningham.
That's one of those plays I talk about where you're the base runner
and he bunts
and
through
you
the
get
ball.
out there and he bunts through the ball. That wasn't a good attempt by Michael, but the catcher gets it and watch. You see, you think he's going to put it in play, and you can get caught out there in the middle of nowhere, and Ibar took it right in the chest, man. I mean, that was a hopper that got him. Look at him. That hurt. He's still
rubbing it off.
That put a dent in there. I'll tell you what, he's been throwing the ball well tonight, but that one short hopped him and got him in the chest.
You know, some seam marks on his chest.
Yes, he will.
All right, so Brantley going to try it again here. He doesn't show bunt. He lines one towards center field, but Borges is right there to make the running catch. And that is out number 1. Why do you suppose he took it off?
Because of the poor bunt attempt that time. You know, I don't know. Unless he thinks he's just going to throw him another fastball. You got to move him over. And if you go swing at that pitch, you got to try and pull it.
Here now is Jason Kipnis. 1 for 4 on the night. He drove in the tying run with a base hit in the 7th inning. And it's outside ball 1. And it's outside 2-0. Borges has such tremendous speed that he plays more shallow than most center fielders you see. I mean, there's still a lot of green grass behind him in center field.
Well, he's confident on going back on the ball, and he runs very well.
And that's inside 3-0 with Asdrubal Cabrera waiting on deck. 3-0 count. Takes, and it's a strike. Different situation for Kipnis here now in a 3-1 situation. He's not looking for a walk. He's looking for a ball he can hammer.
Well, and be selective. You could take two. He's the one that has to throw you a strike.
Line drive, base hit into left field. Cunningham had to make sure it got through, and he'll have to stop at third. Kipnis almost got caught going too far around the bag. Scampers back to first. And the Indians have him at the corners with one out. Boy, that ball almost caught by Ibar, and so Cunningham had a good break, but he put the brakes on quickly because he thought Ibar might catch it, and when it glanced off his glove, then he restarted the motor, but by that time he couldn't score.
Yeah, really tough situation because if he catches it, you're out anyway. You know,
that's
where
a good
he
point.
was,
Well, you might as well keep
out.
going,
you
right?
Might as well just take off.
Point.
Because what happens, you're taught if you don't freeze right when that ball's hit on the infield, then just go ahead. Because if he catches it, you're out anyway. No, I don't think he would have scored, Matt, because they deadened that ball and Wells came in and he had a chance at it to get it in. But that was the play there. They have the winning run at third base, though. That's just a tough play as a base runner.
Yeah, and because even though in that situation your instincts, as soon as you see him get glove on it, you want to stop.
Yeah, that's true. It's really just a tough call. No matter how you shake it, it's just a tough play.
Mike Soshout giving a pep talk to Dave Carpenter here.
Well, they're going to bring in the extra infielder. In comes Torrey Hunter from right field. They did this last year when we were in Anaheim.
And the Blue Jays did it earlier this year here in Cleveland.
John Farrell did it here as well. Hunter comes in from right. They'll use Borges and Wells in the outfield. They're going to use the extra infielder, and he'll stay plugged in at second base. So you're looking for a ball to elevate if you're Asdrubal Cabrera.
Asdrubal 2 for 4 on the night with a single and a double.
Game on the line right here. This is the way you want it.
So they'll go 3 on the right side with Cabrera at the plate. Kipnis went the other way. Wouldn't it be something if Asdrubal might try that same approach? Because now the hole was on the left side of the infield.
Well, they've never faced this guy before, so you may just want to take a pitch to see where he's coming from.
Inside almost hit him.
He almost looked like he wanted to turn into it. But then, case in point, it wouldn't matter because then it would load the bases. But that, anything, wild pitch, anything that happens, that's a winning run at third base. 90 feet away.
The pitch. Down low, and it's 2-0. Asdrubal Cabrera also knows fly ball to the outfield could end this game.
Deep enough. Just
2-0 pitch. Line drive, base hit. Indians win it. Cabrera delivers in the bottom of the ninth, and the Indians have their walk-off victory. Cunningham scores the winning run, and the Tribe comes all the way back to win it by a final score tonight of 3-2. And Asdrubal Cabrera stays red hot. He's hit in 8 straight games, 3 hits tonight for Asdrubal, including the game winner here in the bottom of the ninth inning.
Boy, what a big win for the Indians. They were down 2-0, 3 unanswered, all late in the ball game, and Cabrera, beautiful at-bat, 2-0. And he got something he could elevate, and he turned on it, and he knew it. So that was a great at-bat by Asdrubal. Indians come back. They now go to 6-0 in one-run ball games, and very tough. And it's a great win for him tonight here.
And it's the 4th career game-winning walk-off hit for Asdrubal Cabrera as the Tribe comes from a 2-0 deficit with 2 in the 7th to tie it. And then Cabrera, the line drive game winner to right field to win it, as the Indians send this Friday night crowd home very happy here this evening. So a great win for the Indians to kick off this weekend series against the Angels as the Tribe gets their 10th win of the season. And the Angels drop to 6-14 now on the year. Let's go down now to join Katie Witham.
Well, Vinny, you guys did it in dramatic fashion once again. I have a feeling, though, you don't get tired of the walk-off wins, do you?
No, definitely not. That's it's one of the great, exciting moments about playing at home, is you always get that last at-bat.
Absolutely. Talk to me about the ninth inning. You come in for Justin Masterson, who had a brilliant night. What was working, though, for you?
I don't know. The first two pitches were pretty wild, but I just tried to calm down and just try to execute pitches.
And it seemed like, obviously, the offense really got going once they got Jared Weaver out. What's it like for you guys being able to see them kind of come alive?
Well, I mean, over the past year, the 7th, 8th, and 9th innings at home have always been kind of our innings. We had our chance against Weaver, but he did a great job getting out of those jams early. But you know what? This team's not going to give up, and we're going to fight to last out.
Benny, appreciate your time. Congrats on the win.
Thank you.
Guys.
All right, thanks a lot, Katie. So the Indians get the win 3-2. They're 10-8. Angels drop to 6-14. Just a terrific win for the Indians here tonight. Time now for our key play of the game, brought to you by KeyBank, home of relationship rewards. Earn reward points, redeem for gifts.
Let's take one more look at a pretty swing to end the game. Cabrera, a good night. Put a great swing on it, had to count in his favor, and that's a game winner. That's something that hopefully can get him rolling at home, and that is a great win for the Indians. That is going to be our KeyBank key play of the game.
For those of you watching on WKYC TV3, stay tuned for Dateline NBC Join in Progress. The Conrad's postgame show on Sports Time Ohio is coming up next. For Katie Witham and Rick Manning, I'm Matt Underwood. Thanks for watching. Tribe a winner, 3-2.